Hello, this is Olly Alexander, and we are behind the scenes on my Attitude cover shoot.
Describe your new album, Polari, in 3 words.
Iconoclastic, anachronistic, fun.
3 influences for the new album.
Love, power, fame.
Favourite Polari slang word.
I love bijou, to be something small. A bijou moment of whatever.
Most inspiring historical queer figure.
Lou Sullivan, an American writer, activist, wrote an amazing collection of diaries called We Both Laughed in Pleasure, and they were like really monumental for trans rights and gay rights in America. And they're a trans man, and I think they were like one of the first trans men to identify as gay publicly and kind of bring this awareness of like, you know, that kind of sexuality for a trans person. So yeah, the book is really beautiful.
Who is your favourite LGBTQ plus trailblazer?
My icon right now, and for a long time, well, really, has been Derek Jarman. And I got a lot of inspiration for Derek Jarman making Polari, actually. Derek Jarman was canonised before he died by the Sisters of Perpetual Indulgence, who were activists who used Polari in a biblical, so they would give sermons, like readings of the Bible, all in Polari, and they canonised Derek Jarman before he died, and it's really beautiful. And I just love Derek's work and everything, writing, movies, art. I think he's brilliant.
Favourite moment behind the scenes of Eurovision?
It's not really behind the scenes, but I got to do a cameo in EastEnders for Eurovision. I got to go to the Queen Vic. In the show, I've just like clocked off rehearsal and I'm there for a pint. And so I got to go to the Queen Vic, and I think, what happened? Oh, Whitney got engaged whilst I was there. So that was amazing.
What was the last TikTok video you saved?
It was, raise your ya, 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 ya.
Raise your ya, ya, ya. Raise your ya, ya, ya.
Have you seen that? Raise your ya, ya.
What research did you do for It's a Sin?
When I was doing It's a Sin, I read a lot of stuff. I actually read some Derek Jarman diaries. What was really good about It's a Sin was we had a lot of people like Russell T Davies, who was a writer, and some people who were in the show who lived through the 80s and were very, very familiar with all the material, the time. So we just spent a lot of time talking about it. And yeah, I've read a few books around that period as well. So that was kind of my research.
What advice did Russell T Davies give you?
Russell's advice to me was say the lines because it's all there in the script. And his whole thing is like all the characters needed to feel like they really were friends and like alive, you know. And we were really lucky because we just all got on so well. We really were friends, and I think you can really tell that.
Favourite line from It's a Sin?
Richie's like final scene, he has a whole monologue, and he's talking about, he's like quite advanced in his illness at that point, and he's sort of reminiscing, and he goes, you know, one thing that people will forget. I can't remember the line exactly, but he goes, I had so much fun.
That's what people will forget. That it was so much fun.
And I thought that was such a powerful line. I love that.
What do you think is the legacy of It's a Sin?
There were so many things that came from It's a Sin. I remember when it was airing on TV, I think the Terence Higgins Trust shared with us some data about testing in the UK for HIV, and the national test, just the rates that people were getting HIV tests completely skyrocketed. And that was a really amazing, you know, like real world thing that had happened as a result of this show, people watching it and going, oh, you know, maybe I'll get a test. So there were loads of amazing things that came from it, but that was a really cool one.
Who would you love to collab with?
Gosh, there's so many people. You know who I did ask to collaborate, I tried to get on my album, was Seal, but Seal said no. But that's fine, I didn't expect him to say yes, but Seal's one. Cher, I think Cher would be an amazing collab.
How do you practice mental well-being?
My mental well-being, well, I still see a therapist once a week. I take antidepressants, have them for a long time. But that's kind of like, those are like the kind of scaffolding bits. And then in between, I just try and, like, I find keeping a diary really helps, like writing down my thoughts. I have a really like close circle of friends and people that I trust that I just lean on, you know. And I love gardening. Gardening helps.